All right, boys. This is it. 412 versus Salty for first place. We were really hoping that we would get this war. We got it, and everybody goes all in this war. It's there's no holding anything back. No boost, no nothing. Bunch of us spent 1375 units on the big boy war boosts, and everybody's using all the boosts they have. We're going all out. We're going for the win. This Kindred, really not much to say about it. He's not even duped, so you don't have to worry about the root. You can kind of play this fight however you want. Regular hits, blocked hits, whatever. And when he builds his infestation charges, I'm just going to run away. I don't like punishing his specials to try and slow them down. And for me, it's just safer to run away, because whenever I try to punish the special one, I always fuck it up. I get hit by it, so I just avoid doing that. So these next two fights are CGR fights. They're going to be over before I can even say anything about them, because that's just how fucking stupid CGR is. And so we banned CGR for this war, specifically for this reason. We knew they used him a lot. We knew they used him for hard tactic fights, and we figured we would take that out of the equation. So we ended up banning Ghost, Corvus, and CGR, pretty much all nukes. And I think it did end up working in our favor. Not so much because they died using Scorp. I think they only had one Scorp death. But because they couldn't use CGR to speed up their time. And we took time into a factor when deciding our bans as well. As well as the potential that now, instead of them using CGR for hard matchups, that they would have to use another champ and potentially die, because it would make the fights longer. This fight here, pretty nutty. Second SP2 just absolutely demolishes her. The first one doesn't get me back to a special 3. I'm assuming that's probably because of inequity. But this one right here, she dashes back, and I saw the opening through the special. She goes down. All right, next up here is Wong on One Eye Open and Hazard Shift. So Fur asked me if this fight was okay for S99 or if it was risky, but I've taken him on this node. Well, back when the first node in Section 2 on Path 9 was One Eye Open, I used to take him there with S99 all the time. So it's essentially the same fight. They just moved where the node was. And you want to make sure that you keep your initial wither, because one, it's Hazard Shift, so you can't really build power in order to get another special 2, and even if you could, he would just remove the wither with one of his spells anyway, so you'd be in some trouble at that point. So it's going to be a relatively boring fight. It's just hit block the whole time, and make sure that he doesn't build his Eldritch Energy, and just watch out for his special 1. I like to bait a special 1. It's very easy to dex and avoid, and that's about it. So I'll come back when this fight has wrapped up. All right, so next up is Photon on the regen mini, the old node 20. So I know that I don't necessarily have to worry about pausing in this fight. because the node's going to apply the placebos. You see that lag at the start of the fight. Even with I have a brand new iPhone 15, and that shit's still fucking lagging. I've had the phone for a week. Makes no sense. So I play this fight very intentional, very slow, very safe. I've taken it before. I'm not sure if I've taken it with this new tactic on this particular node. I think maybe once, although I can't recall. But I'm going to play it very slow, very deliberate, and very safe. And I'm not so much going to hit her that often because I don't really want to let the regens build up too much. Even though I have max to spare, there's still some regen getting through from time to time, as you can see. So I'm going to avoid letting her build them too much, and I'm going to run away at times just to let some of them drop off. Push her over a bar of power. I don't want her to throw too many specials. I think I'm only going to let her throw maybe 3 in total, just to limit the possibility of getting hit by one of them. That's where the safe part comes in. And it's just going to be hit block, build ruptures, the normal S99 stuff, just slowing things down a bit, basically. But I'm going to let this one finish out, and I'll come back when it is all done. All right, next up here is this Morbius. So I'm taking him with CGR. Now, insult to injury on the node is going to fail my initial parry. So I knew that there was a possibility of that happening, and I was just going to let him hit my block, but then I saw he was going into a heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and get my opening there, and then I parried the glide. And that's what I was worried about. I was worried about that glide, just because the timing of it feels a bit faster than a normal dash in, and I was like, if I eat that glide, I'm probably fucking dead, but so I was very happy to nail that. I'm glad I was on point and I was feeling it, and I was definitely ready for this fucking war. I love big wars like this. They're a lot of fun. They get the heart thumping, and it's nice to have them. I wish we had more of them, but with the new matchmaking system, they seem to be few and far between nowadays. And it's not too often you have everything. You have the whole season coming down to the very last war between first and second. So it was a cool thing to be a part of. This Sassy fight, eat a combo right off the bat. I've done this fight 1,000 times. Get the exhaustion. Keep it paused. And then from there, however you want to play the fight, just go to town. He's not going to get Wrath of Tanarak. But this fucking Sassy was gigantic. He's like the size of my spot boss. Like almost 700,000 health as a R3 on a mini. And my R6 spot as boss had literally like the same fucking health as this guy. So kind of fucking silly. But I'm going to let this one finish playing out, and I'll come back when it is all done. You know, pretty early on in this season, we were behind on attack bonus for first place, and it seemed like no matter how many steps we made in the right direction, the next war we'd make steps in the wrong direction. It was like one step forward, two steps back, and we felt like we caught a break when TCN ended up beating Salty, but then a couple wars later, Nefty ended up beating us. So we were right back where we started, tied with them on record and behind on attack bonus. And then finally, going into matchmaking for this 12th war, we had made up the difference and actually were one attack bonus ahead of them. And we were planning for the worst, just in case we didn't match them. We were ready to try and win the season on attack bonus, but we ended up matching them. And as soon as we found out we matched them, the atmosphere was electric. It's like that championship atmosphere you see on the benches of sports teams, or the sidelines or whatnot. Like, I mean, we were all communicating, we were all buying the big boosts, working together, talking through fights, making sure that there were no little silly mistakes that we could avoid by just discussing a fight and talking it out. And it was really fun and really exciting to be a part of. And I am super fucking proud of the comeback that we made to make this possible. And I'm very happy that we got the chance to play Salty in War 12 and to take our destiny into our own hands and just put it all out on the line and see what happens and fight for it. And thank you to all the officers and all my teammates who made this happen. That was a hell of a war that we fought. And Salty, GG's, guys. You guys fought a hell of a war as well. And this is number 9 for me. I'm going to be going for number 10. And after that, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what lays in the cards for that. But that's all she wrote for now. On cloud 9 right now. Very happy with this win. It felt amazing. It feels amazing. And Salty, you guys have one hell of an alliance. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what makes this shit fun. Us going up against each other. We don't get to do it too often nowadays with the matchmaking changes. But when we do, it's always super fucking exciting and super tense, and you're always watching the map, and it's very fun to be a part of. But that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching.